Boom, it's Self My Cry 5. The mic level looks good. Sure. Oop, turn the audio down on that. Yeah, okay. I'll wait until some people roll in to explain myself a bit more. And my headphones lower on battery. That's awesome, actually. Um, I forget, does that show up on stream or not? Mic's been muted. I've seen it was muted the entire time from when I checked my shit. So yeah, no, the game audio is whatever. But yeah, music. So you're probably gonna hear a lot of Yakuza Zero music on the stream because I've been playing Yakuza Zero, obviously. But the problem is that Yakuza Zero kind of sucks, which has really nothing to do with this stream. At least not really, unless we get into the topic of like action games in general, which we absolutely could. Um, but yeah, Yakuza Zero just kind of sucks. I don't really have much else to say other than yeah, I kind of don't like that game and think it sucks, which is unfortunate. Because, what's it? I bought every single Yakuza game, so I fucking damn well better like some of them. It's like, yeah, I bought every Kingdom Hearts game too, and I don't like all of those, but fucking Kingdom Hearts, what's it? I only got them for $20, or all of them for $20. Whereas with, Yakuza, it was not that cheap. It was still relatively cheap, but not $20 for every single game cheap. But I will be using Kingdom Hearts as the standard for I better like at least 3 games, because that's what Kingdom Hearts is. I like 3 games, and that's the standard. And this stream also kind of just kind of serves as a warm up for me just playing DMC5 in general, because during the entire winter break I did not play the game. In stark contrast to before the winter break, where I spent basically every day playing the game. I don't quite understand Death Scissors. You know, what kills him, what doesn't, all that fun stuff. But But despite my problems with Yakuza 0, because like I said, don't think it's a great game, it's still not the most disappointing series that I've gotten into as of late. That magnificent honor goes to, what's it called? No More Heroes, which wasn't even, like, on my plans like a lot of the other series were. Because Yakuza has been on my list for a long time, like 2 years, I think. But No More Heroes has only been on my list since... I'm not really sure when, actually. Because I watched someone play No More Heroes 3 in 2021, but I don't remember being, like, that interested in it. If anything, I think it looked like shit when I saw it that first time. So I don't think that was it. Really don't like that I can't hold down the sword button and jump at the same time, because that's what I was trying to do there to escape this. But, you know, the consequence of control schemes. They can't reach everything at the same time, which is the benefit of keyboard and mouse, unless you're stupid and not dexterous like me, and you'd have trouble reaching every key. That's why I play most of my PC games on a, or with a mouse that has, like, 4 sign buttons, because things like holding shift to run is shit that I find hard. Because when I just, you know, put my pinky on a key and press, I can never tell whether I'm pressing shift or caps lock or tab sometimes. That didn't hit me. If anything, maybe I should take out these assholes first. Yo, back off. I'm forgetting how to do all my moves. Wow, a whopping 3 seconds. But yeah, No More Heroes. So, like I said, No More Heroes wasn't really on my radar like a lot of the other series that I got into were. Especially since No More Heroes also isn't as long as a lot of the series that I want to get into. Like, you know, I'm sitting here going, okay, so here's my plan for what happens whenever I end up playing Final Fantasy, and Dragon Quest, and Metal Gear Solid, and Kingdom Hearts, and etc, etc. But yeah, with No More Heroes, it was mostly on the wing, especially since I wasn't really sure how to play the games, because when I initially went like, okay, I should probably play No More Heroes games, they only like just come out on Switch, or no, it was before they came out on Switch. I didn't know how I was gonna play them. So yeah, it was before they came out on Switch, and so I was like, I might just have to emulate these games, but they also are on the Wii. And emulating motion controls is sometimes a crapshoot, sometimes it works well, but you know, not always a chance you want to take. And even if you do take it, it might just end up not really working. But yeah. So, but they came out on Switch. But then the problem became oh wait, they only came out on Switch digitally. Uh, and considering how people talk about these games, I feel like they might be a little bit more culturally important than I download them digitally and, you know, fuck off eventually. I might want to have these games physically, especially if I like them. But you know, obviously that's going to be a problem if they were only on Switch physically for a limited time, and I wasn't there during that limited time. So which is it? Can you parry a parry or what? Because sometimes those assholes counter parry you and it's like, oh, well, fuck you, you're not allowed to do, like, anything. But with fucking bosses like the boss that is modeled after those enemies, I forget what its name is. Cavalier Angelo? Yeah, 'cause it's the bike. You can parry him however many times you want. In fact, you're supposed to parry him multiple times to get the big stylish shit. But then all those fucking normal-ass enemies, you parry them twice and they're like, no, actually. You literally cannot press the button fast enough to counter-parry them. They legit just lock out your inputs for that entire time. Damn, bro, die. Hey, Alfonso. But yeah, point being, I basically put No More Heroes on break for a while. Okay. Sometimes that move has, like, superb tracking, and other times it's, like, not even close. I don't quite get it. For being frank. But yeah, No More Heroes. But, you know, time passes eventually. I'm like, alright, I'm only gonna get to No More Heroes. And then I figure I might just emulate it on the Switch. Because, you know, I want them physically, but the reality is that that's probably not going to happen. I really don't like how you can't tell what exactly is an attack from these guys unless it's just them fucking about. Which I'm pretty sure I said the last time I did this stream. But, you know, the criticism stands nonetheless, so I suppose I would say the same things. That didn't hit me. And do the eyes follow you or not? Because sometimes they just bounce around randomly, and other times they're like they're following me. But yeah, like fucking, they have these eyes that have been turning around the entire time. What's going on here? Damn, bro, stop backing up. Enemy tracking, am I right? No More Heroes, God. You can parry that? Fucking... I don't get this game sometimes. I love it, but I don't get it. No More Heroes. So yeah, decided I was probably just gonna emulate them, but then... Oh, yeah. These fucking guys. What happened to my fucking move? Dante, you fucking... Is it... It's back forward, right?
Just use your imagination,
Cerberus, right? Fuck me. Ice Age. Back to forward. Yeah. What's up? Back forward. Okay, but that time it works. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I could just use fucking normal revolver. But sometimes they mistime their attacks, and also revolver is annoying. Sometimes it's not long enough, and I would just use long revolver, but long revolver also sucks. It locks into the entire move for the entire time. Which, like, I understand the use of a long revolver in, like, a normal game, but in a game like this, where enemies just start attacking out of nowhere, which is most action games, to be fair, but, you know, it makes the use of a move that locks you in for a very long time kind of pointless. Because, like, I get the point of moves like that in Dance Macabre, are that, you know, if you manage to get off these super long moves on, like, a really important enemy, then you get a lot of style for it. But, like, generally, when did these opportunities even come? Because, you know, for a lot of bosses, it's possible. Like, fucking Goliath. It's very possible to get a Dance Macabre on him. But, like, Cavalier Angelo, even when he's stunned, I don't think you have enough time for a Dance Macabre. And Long Revolver, it's like, its usefulness is not proportional to its length. If it was a really long move that was also really good, I'd understand. But it's not. It's just Revolver, but longer, and I think it does more damage, maybe. Sometimes it's like a fucking aimbot. Other times I wonder if he's fighting the same guy. Because, like, what's he swinging at there? But then he's swinging at me in the air, and it's like, oh yeah, fucking perfect lock on. Wrong gun. This one. And, like, what? And what determines when he can go from one attack to the other? Because the only time he's ever hit me with the, well, okay, I shouldn't say clearly not ever, because, you know, obviously there are exceptions, considering what just happened. But pretty much the only time he ever hits me with the air swing to, like, interrupt me, fuck him up in the air, is when he gets stunned with whatever attack he was already doing. But that time, it's like, oh no, he stops what he's doing to, What? Get me out of here! What the what do you think this is? You see what I mean when I say that I love this game, but I don't fucking get it sometimes? What was that? Wait, hey. I still haven't gotten to talk about No More Heroes. The entire fucking reason I brought up No More Heroes was because I was talking about Yakuza. So, yeah, as much as I don't like Yakuza 0, it's also the only Yakuza game I played so far. And, like, I haven't hated it, I just don't like it. Which I suppose also technically describes No More Heroes, but the point being, Yakuza is like a 6, or Yakuza 0 is like a 6. Because there are things that I like in the game, like the story and the stories and the writing of the side scenarios, you know, stuff like that. But the main gameplay, which is fighting guys, that's the part I don't like. So, you know, from a quality perspective, No More Heroes and Yakuza 0 might just be on the same level. But from which one I liked more, Yakuza 0 over No More Heroes. Because the point I'm trying to get at... is that I did not like No More Heroes. Which I have no idea how much of a hot take that is. Because, when talking to Suda heads, it seems like, you know, not liking No More Heroes is the insano take. But then when talking to normal-ass people, it seems like it's the normal take. And that, yeah, No More Heroes, Though, yeah, even then, most people are like, yeah, No More Heroes, it's like weird. But I don't see a lot of people saying, oh yeah, No More Heroes like challenge just sucks, it's a bad game. That's not, I wasn't even looking forward to it. How'd you even get a fucking million stabs out of that? But, yeah, no, I didn't like No More Heroes. Because, while I thought the gameplay was better than, like, the Yakuza 0, if we're, you know, sticking to the comparison between the two, then, yeah, I thought that No More Heroes was more fun, but it was not the better game, necessarily. Which, though, like I said, they might be on the same level of quality if I gave them a little bit more scrutiny, but, you know, from going off of how I usually determine whether I'm, or how I'm going to judge a game, on the did I fucking like it scale, No More Heroes fails a lot, while Yakuza 0 is, like, just barely getting by. Because No More Heroes has that problem that a lot of games of its tone have, which is, which are the parts I'm supposed to care about? Because when it comes to the story of something like No More Heroes, a lot of people will give you the thing of like, oh, it's supposed to be like nonsensical and goofy. That's like the point. And you know, I would be down with that for real if it wasn't like contradictory to how the series presents itself. If I'm not supposed to care, then why is the series keep asking me to? And I mean that in this. I mean that as in like the entire series. Because what's it? Because yeah, you know, we're talking about one right now for the most part. But no, this applies to every single game in the series. Sort of less so, 2, because 2 is the one that takes itself way less serious. Which is, strangely enough, the one that everyone fucking shits on. I'll deal with you after. Fucking, I was holding back to forward, you blind cunt. And then also sometimes you just can't attack them after they do that shit. Anyway. So yeah, a lot of people will give you the thing of like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be goofy and nonsensical. It's not supposed to make sense. But then we'll simultaneously, in the exact same breath, be like, oh yeah, No More Heroes is so great because it's so deep in the meta narrative of this, and that, and how it's a satirization of the video games and the Baba Booey. And you know, I'm fine with giving the game either one. I'm not going to say that they're both abjectly false or whatever. But the problem is that you have to stick with one. You can't say it's both. Either I'm not supposed to take it fucking damn, you're fast. Either I'm supposed to take it seriously. Why is he facing the one direction if he's just turn around anyway? I fucking hate enemy tracking in action games. It never makes any sense. But yeah, you can't simultaneously say, yes, it's goofy and it's not supposed to make sense, and then talk about how deep and good the story is. Which again, it's not like the two can even are even opposed to each other. The two things can be true at the same time. The problem is that with No More Heroes, it isn't. And very often, the defense for one thing in the game will be the other. So like, you know, oh, this story beat doesn't make any sense. It's the donkey thing of like, oh, you know, when everyone agrees with me, I'm making an actual criticism. Well, when everyone disagrees, it's a joke. When someone complains about something being stupid and not making any sense in No More Heroes, that's the point, dog. But then, in the same breath, when someone's like praising how stupid and nonsensical something is, it's like, no, bro, it's actually way deeper than that. It's like, so which is it? Am I not supposed to care, or am I supposed to care? Or is it a moment-by-moment thing? In which case, how the fuck am I supposed to tell when I do or do not care? Because if we're going strictly off of, in the literal sense, do you care or not, that's entirely subjective. But then trying to go by, what does the game want you to care about? The answer is God knows what. You know, it wasn't as bad in the first game, because the first game, for all intents and purposes, actually does not take itself very seriously. This is a criticism I have more towards the way people talk about the first game in relation to the second one, and from what I think of the third game so far. So I can answer Alfonso's question before I get too much deeper into it. The TLDR is that a lot of people say No More Heroes 2 is worse than the first game simply because of the story. And with the third game, from what I've played so far, a lot of it is stupid and doesn't make any goddamn sense. But I keep seeing analysis videos being like, bro, No More Heroes is like the perfect combination of the this, and that of No More Heroes story. That also didn't hit me. But yeah, to answer Alfonso's question that he asked like, he asked like 10 minutes ago that I still haven't answered. So yeah, with thoughts on the DMC reboot, it's an okay action game. And honestly, just generally pretty mid. Like, yeah, it can have some fun moments, but it's pretty easy. And like nothing like DMC, so not quite the travesty people treat it as, in terms of like, oh, fucking the DMC reboot, am I right? But you know, it's very much not a DMC game. It's very much just not a great game in general. So. So honestly, I feel like for the most part there isn't even that much to say about it. Why didn't Judgment come out? Is it because this game is actually shitty and stupid? I probably should have saved Sin Double Trigger for this part. Because, these fucking guys, am I right? Don't you love how you can parry this enemy and then they fucking punish you for it? Isn't that like the best thing in the world, actually? Oh my god. These enemies are like the definition of God, please fuck off. You cannot do anything in this goddamn game without the... Fucking, I don't even remember what their names are. Interrupting you, and you having to completely divert because they're just going to super armor through everything. So I guess speaking of DMC and the reboot, and also I guess sort of on the topic of No More Heroes being disappointing, in terms of ranking how, like, disappointed or not disappointed, or impressed, that would be the also disappointed, how disappointed or impressed I was with the various series I've gotten into, I'd say that the top of the list is probably the two I played first, Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear Solid. which is a little bit anticlimactic, at least for me. But I suppose you could say that they were the first for a reason. Or you could argue that they were the first for a reason, because it's not like I knew shit about them. If anything, I was very scared about Kingdom Hearts, because everything I'd ever heard about the series was either it has some pretty rabid fans, and also the story is fucking stupid. Which turned out to be half true. But, I really liked Kingdom Hearts 1, which, really glad that the first game was as good as it was, because, I might not have stuck around if the first game sucked. So, yeah, I'm really proud of the first game for being as good as it is. Because very often with series, they'll have first game in the series syndrome, where they actually suck dick. And, they stuck around for whatever reason they did. But those first games by themselves, going off of quality, suck major balls. But yeah, no, Kingdom Hearts didn't have that. The first game was really good, and that makes me happy. And the same goes for Metal Gear Solid, which is probably why I wasn't as disappointed with them as I was with some of the other things I played. Because yeah, Kingdom Hearts started off really, really good. It got worse immediately after with Chain of Memories, but then it got really good again with 2. Which I almost thought wasn't going to be the case, because when I first started 2, I did not like it as much as 1. I was like, why does my block work differently? Why is there no dodge? Why does the magic suck? Yeah, thanks. I almost got through the stage with no damage, but you know how it be. Enemies super armoring, and not having clear tells when the fuck they're gonna attack. Oh. Like, I get that in an action game, you can't really have the enemies be pushovers, because that would be really boring and stupid. But I find it really, really annoying just how often enemies interrupt you in these kinds of games. Especially in games like DMC, where there are a lot of options you can do, and they're all very valuable, or viable, is the word I meant to use. But you're constantly being interrupted by enemies super armoring, or coming in from off screen, or coming in from the side of the screen, or just being annoying in general, like Sin Scissors. Or enemies like fucking these assholes, who usually when you come across them in the game, they don't attack you, they just run, because they have a bunch of red orbs in them and shit. But then sometimes they do attack you, and I don't get what makes them do that or not. I think it might be difficulty level ? But I don't know of any other enemies that change attacks difficulty level. I know that there are other games that do that, but I've never seen it happen in DMC. Though granted, I've also only ever played DMC 5 on other difficulties. Which I guess to get into the disappointing series. So yeah, the top of the list for the most impressed is I wish I could fucking see, because I don't even know what hit me just now. Yeah, at the top of the list for the most impressed is Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear Solid. Because oh my god. Because I really liked Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3. The other games might have been shit, but necessary evils, the word I'd use. Necessary evils story-wise. I wouldn't say they were necessary games, gameplay-wise. Also, don't you find it really interesting how when I used Dance Macabre a second ago, the enemy just flies away? Even the entire point of Dance Macabre is that it locks into the combo without even... the combo literally stops itself from killing them, so that you can get the entire thing off. But not that time. For some reason. Fuck if I know. But yeah, so Kingdom Hearts, Metal Gear Solid, top of the list. I like Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, and Metal Gear Solid. I liked 1, 3, and 5, and 2 and 4 weren't as good, but 2 was fun, just kind of easy, and 4 was the only one that I didn't think was that good, but like, it's still like a 6 out of 10 game. It wasn't terrible, it was just easily the worst Metal Gear Solid game. For a lot of reasons, some of which I go over in my video about it. Go watch it, maybe. If you haven't watched it already. In which case, watch it again. But, yeah, I say all this to say that the second level for which series I was disappointed and impressed by, after Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear Solid, would probably be... Something hit me just now? What was that? Would probably be DMC. DMC and... I'm trying to think of what else would be up there in terms of things I played. In terms of, like, I liked them, but I wasn't like, oh my god, this is so good. It was more like, yeah, I liked it. It might just be DMC, honestly. God, you know what's really obnoxious? Trying to hit the one enemy that super armors to everything with a bunch of fucking sentences just surrounding you. You know what's really obnoxious? Is this right now. He's still not dead? Jesus Christ. God, fucking come on! I couldn't use... Oh... I cannot understand. Sorry, not big, but the super armor guys that have the two sides on the side of their hands weren't like, they didn't have ultra armor, Senses would be the most annoying enemy in the game. It's a close race, mind you, but the fucking other guys definitely take it. Have you tried Virgil in 5? Yeah, I've tried him, and he's fun. More so than he was in 3. Because I tried to play Virgil in 3, and like, he's alright, I guess. But he's certainly not great. Because, you know, DMC3 is already at like a pretty big disadvantage for having a bunch of shitty enemies. And so, you know, getting a bunch of new moves to use is not exactly the most fun thing in the world, because it's a bunch of new moves to use on a bunch of enemies that I want to fight. So it ends up being just a tad disappointing, from a certain point of view. I keep forgetting that I can use that move, where I summon a bunch of swords, without using any DT. Because I swear I remember getting a move that was like, oh, you expend DT to, do it. No, it's when you hold the attack button, not when you hold the Swordmaster button. But yeah, I keep forgetting you can do the Swordmaster thing without spending any DT, because, like, it's a pretty good move for not, like, costing any resources. Which is weird to me, because there are a lot of moves that you do have to spend resources on that are worse. Specifically, the ones you get in Sin Double Trigger. A lot of those moves, suck dick. But you know how it is. It's an action game. Sometimes you're just gonna get moves that suck dick. fucking... I couldn't even tell which one was doing what. It's like, oh yeah, I broke the scissors on one of them, and the other one is, you know, doing a parry. Which one's which? I'll never tell, says the MC5. But yeah, so back to Virgil and DMC3. The fun part of getting a new moveset is recontextualizing everything done in the game with a different moveset. Or, you know, that's part of the fun. No, it's not everything. Like, you see what I mean. But yeah, in DMC3, all the enemies suck, so getting a new moveset to attack them with is like, you know, it is what it is. God damn, fucking, wanna use a different move? Fucking... That shit got off in time, because, that screen move is really annoying sometimes. Why did that hit me? Oh yeah, it's those two fucking things that are only useful when you're playing as Nero. And when you're not playing as Nero, that shit happens. Oh, this is fun, isn't it? Okay. Realized that was happening way too late. Because I had already pressed the dodge button. But, you know what it is. This is the most obnoxious thing I've ever had to do in my life. What was I even talking about before I got annoyed by this? I don't even remember. Was it Virgil and DMC3? I think I finished my entire point about that, which is DMC3 has a lot of bad enemies. Right, because Alfonso asked about Virgil and 5, which, yeah, he's one. Though, you know, I share the opinion that a lot of people do, which is that he breaks the game a lot because he's really, really strong. Fucking, what's it? I basically one-shot, or not one-shot, because that wouldn't be accurate. But I dealt with Cavalier Angelo very, very easily on, we're playing as Virgil. But yeah, no, I cleared him very easily with Virgil since, what did I even do? Because I parried him with something, but I don't remember what. I parried him with something, and then he got into his, like, stun phase, Winston double trigger, fucked him up with a lot of damage, and then he tried to do his, like, big charge up lightning move, and then I just used, the Balrog's, no, not Balrog, what's Virgil have? The DMC3 one. Beowulf. I just used Beowulf's, big concentration move, and that basically like took away half his health. And then I just did it again. Then he died for it. I'm pretty sure I have the clip. I should have guys if I remember. But yeah, Virgil's strong. Is the TLDR on that one, which I don't think you need me to tell you. Wish Virgil was the third playable character instead of fucking V. But, you know, life's a bitch. Hey there, hey Black Wind Gogeta, don't think I've ever seen you around. How you doing? Sorry I responded to your messages so late. I have to occupy my mind with fucking something while I do these streams. Because I don't have enough chatters to, like, constantly be interacting with whatever they're talking about. But if I also just play games like I do normally, you're gonna hear a lot of nothing. Because I don't usually think aloud for this type of shit, unless something pisses me off. Which, you know, has been happening on this stream, of course. Maybe you haven't seen it already. Yeah, but, you know, for the most part, I play these games silently, especially when I'm trying to, like, do something. In this case, clear the fucking Wooden Palace. I know what you're thinking. Gavin, shouldn't you probably get better at that if you plan on streaming? And the answer is yes. Anyway, clear the Bloody Palace is Virgil. I'm playing it again for fun. What's it? I haven't done Bloody Palace normally as anyone yet. I've only done it as Super Dante because I want to get the achievement. And I'll probably definitely other characters at some point for the achievement. But considering the fact that I also don't have the achievement for beating every mission on S rank, I'm gonna save achievement hunting for later. So I'm probably just gonna do them normally first, and then, you know, see what happens. What's the highest stage you got to as Dante? So, you know, again, not playing as a Super Dante. The highest stage I've gotten up to is 90, which I actually did on the last stream that I played DMC5 on. If you want to see how that run went. But yeah, 90 was the highest. Which is partially what this second run is for, so, hey. Thanks, Queen Amphusa. I didn't have to fucking take out the guy, you did it for me. Joryu, good. You currently playing a Super Dante? No. Clearly don't want an air fryer. Hey, Super Shark Boy. You're the only person who's fucking acknowledged my thumbnail. The rest of you are hack frauds. What bullshit? Why didn't I fucking parry? I think I'll just use normal DT for this. At least I can get rid of these assholes first before I deal with the Fury. Where is he at? Yeah? Long revolver is fucking useless. What? Stinger didn't count as a parry there? Bullshit. You're currently playing a Super Dante? Considering the fact that you see me taking a shit ton of damage, the answer is no. And also my DT would be refilling automatically. Don't know where I got a parry in there, but I guess that's just fucking how nobodies are. They're constantly doing bullshit you can't see, or you can't parse. Because no one who designed the nobodies knows what the fuck enemy design is. Or UX. Which I thought was like one of the first things you learned as a computer science person. But yeah, what the fuck do I know? It's not like that was literally the first thing I learned doing computer science in college, but, you know, fuck me, I guess. Well, Biden didn't like fucking go in second gear. No, it's just you and me, asshole. Oh, sweet, a good song for fucking Christ. You see what I mean? Which moves are just flailing and which moves are attacks? It's impossible to tell. But you know how it is. Wash away the anger. On my laptop copy of DMC5, I have a mod that makes Virgil's Judgment Cut end an instant kill move. I mean, see, the thing is, I was gonna say, that's awesome, actually. I really like that aspect of the game. That the guy just fucking spawned in and instantly did damage, even though it's not even a thing that do all the time. I actually love that. What was I even saying? Judgment Cut, right. So, I was going to say, that sounds pretty busted. And then I remember we were talking about fucking Judgment Cut N, which is already pretty busted. I didn't think it was gonna reach me. That one all of a sudden was my fault. Though, fucking... Alright. Well, I also chalked that up to fucking these enemies being annoying as shit. So, it's my fault, but it's only my fault by virtue of these enemies sucking dick. Which, like, fucking, so you know, the thing with DMC3 that a lot of people comment about is the fact that a lot of the enemies are just bad. Which is true, mind you. However, DMC3 enemies are bad, but that's really it. Alright, I was gonna do a charge. Like, fucking what? The angels are annoying because they go through walls and do big swingy moves. But, like, aside from that, it's really not much. Because, what's that? Because I didn't think the angels were that bad. I just fucking spam Cerberus on them. But, you know, they're still, like, annoying, at least on a base level. But, and, you know, DMC5 enemies are not that bad, like, by any margin. However, DMC5 enemies are way more, or sorry, the worst DMC5 enemies are worse than the worst DMC3 enemies. Because, like, you know, the problem with DMC3 is that a lot of the enemies are annoying. But the problem with DMC... Are you fucking kidding me? Just through the guys didn't even... Whatever, man. What the fuck ever, man. But the problem with DMC5 enemies is that, you know, not all of them are annoying, but the ones that are annoying are fucking horrible. Like, legit, some of the worst enemies I've ever fought in any action game are horrible. Like the Super Armor guys that I mentioned earlier, and Sin Scissors, and the Hell Judaicas, I want to say, are the ones that teleport. And this isn't even like a get good moment, because that can't happen a lot with DMC. But this isn't even like a get good moment, because I fucking like the Riot, or not the Riots, the Furies. The guys that are red and teleport a lot. And fucking have super speed. not the other guys teleport the lot that I hate. Yeah, I like the Furies. But... hold on, let me check something real quick. Yeah, I like the Furies. They are very hard, and can be very annoying when paired with a lot of other enemies, but that doesn't really happen throughout most of the normal game. It happens a bit on, what's it? That shouldn't... alright, whatever. Yeah, it happens on, Dante Must Die, and Son of Sparta and all that. But it's really only annoying on Dante Must Die, because that's when they spam fuck a bunch of enemies with a shit ton of health. Otherwise, you know, they are a decent challenge. With Dante, with the other characters, I feel like it's not quite as fair or balanced. Because with Nero, Nero does not have a lot of multi-hit moves, or moves that last a long time, so it can be really annoying for enemies like the Riots that you need to be able to hit quickly, and Nero's sitting there jerking off. Needing exceed moves. Oh, just twice, huh? Okay. And there Nero is jerking off needing exceed moves to be able to get multi-hits. But V's the one who gets to the worst, because... I mean, come on. It's V. He's the worst character in the game. He plays like shit. Sometimes I'm convinced they put him in as a joke character. Because the fucking V paradox is that he's the easiest character in the game, but simultaneously the hardest. Because, you know, he's easy in the sense that for most of the difficulties, you can just sort of jerk off with V and not really care about anything, because he gets himself away from the action, charging DT and style all the time. And a lot of the time, you can just summon what's his face, Nightmare, and have him solve the fight for you, simply by virtue of drawing aggro for Shadow and Griffin. He doesn't even have to do the attack himself, and he very obviously does. Big fuck off laser. And I'm not even talking about the second big fuck off laser, I'm talking about the one that causes explosions. Not even the one he uses that's like straightforward. But then, when you get to shit like Dante Must Die or Hell in Hell, where suddenly V spending a fucking billion hours on a fight is not quite as advantageous as it used to be. Fuck off. I hate enemies to teleport this game. Just let me play the game. I don't want to fucking wait a billion hours just to be able to play. Oh. Alright, what was I talking about before? I don't even remember. I was talking about something and then I got onto annoying enemies. Thought I was low enough. I guess this is what I'm talking about when I say that, since there are some of the, or would be the most annoying if it weren't for the hell guys that have two big sides and have super armor. Because Sin Scissors will legitimately sit there blocking the entire fucking game until they do their random, alright, I parry you now, I'm gonna swing around in a circle. And if you're high enough, the answer is either jump over or go under them. Well, if you're on the ground and you can't jump over them because you already used your double jump and you're not close enough to air step off of them, you can't just go lower because you're already on the ground and they just end up hitting you. Oh, hey, so are you guys. This is not as bad as the game might think it is. I told you guys there'd be a lot of Yakuza music. That hit me? Oh, but those didn't. Fucking, you see what I mean with this game sometimes? I love it, but Jesus Christ. Explain that one to me. Oh. You go underground again? God damn it. Oy vey. Cool. Right, chat. I mainly use Virgil's Yamato when dealing with Fallens in DMC3. Since the sword has the element of darkness and Fallens has the element of light, I just spam aerial rave in the dead seconds. I honestly forget that DMC3 has, like, elemental attacks. Which I didn't even know until literally just now when you told me that there was an element of darkness and light. I thought it was only fire and ice. Which I only know is in the game because I was fighting Agni and Rudra and I was using Cerberus. And I was like, oh, why is there like an ice effect whenever I attack Agni? Alright. Yeah, so I don't fucking lose all my health in the middle of the goddamn stage. I'm just gonna pop DT here. You know, I don't necessarily need it to deal with these guys. Speaking of which, I should probably kill these guys first before I kill the knight, because, trying to fight the knight while they're harassing me is annoying, whereas trying to kill them while I walk on the knight is not as hard. I say as he runs up off screen and almost hits me. Which, like, usually, that's something else that's, like, weird about this game, is that usually it's pretty good about the whole, like, enemies from off screen can't really attack you. They'll either just, like, sit around waiting, or they won't, like, go through their attacks. But then sometimes they don't follow that rule. Sometimes they will just come from off screen with random bullshit. Which, you know, annoys me because we're at the point where we have not gotten a single DMC game that has not had camera issues. With 1 and 2, it was that you couldn't control the camera and also it sucked. With 3, it was that the camera could get really shitty during boss fights where it would get stuck, or not stuck on walls, but like, it would go into walls so you couldn't see anything. In 4, it was, again, that you couldn't really control it, so sometimes if you had, like, an enemy in the corner, you just couldn't really not judge, but you couldn't affect what you could not see of that enemy. But, like, here, with these guys, fucking, they're off screen for the entire fight up until now, so they weren't really doing anything. which is why I'm like, oh yeah, the game is usually pretty good about that. But fucking, you saw the night from the last stage, he came off from off screen using his ultimate move. What the hell was that about? I kind of like Death Scissors because I can just air combo them into Oblivion, especially with Dante. So Gavin, hey DDD. But air comboing Death Scissors, fucking. God, I gotta let you know what you're on about, because the entire reason I don't like Death Scissors is because you can't combo them. They just sit there super armoring everything you throw at them. The only time I think fighting them is like fine is as Nero, because Nero I think does more damage than Dante, so they get to their break stages faster. So I can literally just air combo them until their scissors break, and then use that to get damage in. Yeah, just not even gonna fuck with that. Whatever they thought was going on there was not gonna happen. Can I get a Dancer Pop off, or is it gonna be too long? Hit him with that 1, 2, and nope. And of course, the end lag is so fucking long that he can recover and then get back up and attack me in the time it takes your Dancer Pop to end. That. All right. I disagree with that hitbox, but you also didn't even let me get Dancer Cobb off, so who am I to speak Devil May Cry 5? These things may, of course, be remedied in a DMC 6, but that's not going to come because, of course, you have to spend our fucking development time on Peak of Combat. And I know that, not Koei Tecmo, whoever the people are that developed DMC, are not the ones who made Peak of Combat. But it's really annoying that Peak of Combat is the only fucking thing we've had since DMC5. Or at least it's annoying for me. Because, you know, for other people, I'm sure they don't mind as much since DMC5 is, like, great and all. But for me, who's gotten into DMC5 this year and played all the games within the last, like, couple of months, it's been, like, 9 months at this point, so almost a year. So I played DMC1 in, what, April? But yeah, for a guy who's gotten into DMC this month, and wasn't really happy with, alright. And I wasn't really happy with, See, the thing is, I want the healing off of the tentacles, so I'm gonna fight you first. And if you're not gonna come to me, I'm gonna come to you. Wait, wrong move. It's not forward? There we go. You like that one? Let's do it again, even. You like how it did half your health? Yo! Okay, I was about to say. There's no easy super arms to the entire thing, right? When did I take damage? Oh, right, when the fucking tentacle popped up the ground. Oh, wait, no, I did get no damage bonus. Sweet. Let's not forget the new DMC Netflix anime. Technically true, but A, it's not an anime, and B, fucking, that's a TV show, not a game. Alright. What even hit me just now? What the fuck? Parry, let's go. Do it again. No parry, why not? Parry, let's go. Why not? Like, between, DT'd... Between DT'd, Balrog... Not Balrog. Yeah, Balrog. And fired up Balrog, I am very, very annoyed that I did not get the parry there. Oh, I do want to master. Next time he does that, I'm going to, what's it? DT, so I can get the maximum damage out of that. Do it again, I dare you. Why can he cancel it? The fuck? Alright. Where's my parry? Where's my parry at? Oh, right, I forgot that's what Movies does sometimes. Fucking, why aren't you dead yet? Jesus Christ! Am I looking at this health bar wrong? Fucking hell. Like, I'm sitting here just throwing out what the fuck ever because I'm like, okay, he's about to die. I can really just spam ball on him instead. I'm sitting here jerking off. There's nothing happening. Oh, okay. Yay. These aren't even like hard enemies to fight, they're just really obnoxious. Not in the same way that like the other guys I was talking about are obnoxious. They're obnoxious in that they take a lot of time. Because they have hyper armor, not super armor. Like, they'll take most of your attacks, but they won't literally sit there taking everything from them. But, you know, they take enough for you to have to, like, spend time on them. Especially if there's fucking 4 of them. You can't just throw out Dance Macabre and be like, alright, let's finish this one off. You gotta get him in air combo, and then, you know, do a bunch of other bullshit. And, yeah, if they happen to super armor while another guy is, you know, fucking your shit up, things really inconvenient timing for you, because now you have to spend the entire time, of beating up on a new guy. Favorite DMC boss? If you're talking about Cavalier Angelo, then yes, I agree. Shit, I wouldn't even say favorite, I'd say it's the best DMC5 boss. Because, like, what's the competition? Beginning of the game. Let's not count the first fight against, Eurozen, because, like, fucking obviously. But yeah, so, beginning of the game. Big plant boss that Nero fights on the bridge? Obviously not. Be surprised if you did count it. God, isn't it fucking crazy how Sonic Rush has the best special stages in, like, any Sonic game? I'm allowed to say that. I've played, like, 10 Sonic games. But So yeah, so DMC 5 bosses. So yeah, plant boss, obviously not. Who's next? Stage 2. Oh, no. Yeah, stage 2. Does anyone have a boss in stage 2? Goliath, right. Goliath, you know, he's alright, but he's mostly like a punching bag. And then stage 3 is, Lady. I don't remember what the actual boss is called. Which, you know, the boss is like, aight. You know, it's easy, which is a lot of points against it. Cool. You see what I mean by the whole sometimes the game adheres to the whole enemies attack can't get from off screen thing, and other times the game says no, fuck you actually? I think what the game might be going fucking again. I think what the game might be trying to do is that like an enemy won't start their attack if they're off screen. That's not very helpful to me when an enemy starting their attack is like, you know, the riots, where their attack goes like fucking forever and you can't tell when they're attacking and when they're just, you know, moving. That wasn't a parry? What the hell? Why? Why? I wasn't even. What? How am I supposed to tell what fucking direction Dante's facing with the guys? But how did you get long revolver out of that? Back to forward, my fucking ass. That shit does not work at the time. So yeah, what I think. Or no, I already said that, yeah. The game won't let the enemy start their attack from off-screen, but that's not very helpful when the enemy's attack was just like their normal movement. Cough, cough, nobody's cough, cough. What? Even hit me, dog. I love how I have to sit here wasting style because the enemy just keeps going back and forth and the move won't fucking end. To the point where fucking Balrog's ignition ended. Ain't that fun? The Sonic Rush OC is so goated. Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate that some of the parts of the game aren't as goated. I found it quite funny that Virgil's Bloody Palace ending music is the only one that has vocals. What do you mean? What's his Bloody Palace music? Isn't that just Barry the White? Or are you saying that the Barry the White only has vocals in his Bloody Palace version? If that's the case, that's interesting. Oh my god. You see what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to start a Like, it's at the point where I should probably just stop talking about it, because obviously I've proved my point by now. But, like, come on, you know? It wasn't supposed to be a long revolver, but... Stop! I did back to forward! I guess, you know, on the topic of that bullshit. Or, hold on, first of all. It's varying to bury the light, and the vocals pulling the strings, twisted lines as blades hit. You know, this power come try and take it. So I guess his, like, normal in-game version doesn't have lyrics. It's interesting. I've only ever heard the version with vocals, because, what's it? By the time I got to playing Virgil in DMC5, I already been playing the game for like 80 hours, basically non-stop. So I've been playing the game without audio, because I was just, you know, grinding out missions and stuff. Fucking get away from me, big dickhead. Ah, fucking, I hate this game, I hate this game, I hate this game! Which, yeah, I guess to get me on the next topic, fucking end lag. I'm not a huge fan of end lag in this game, because a lot of the time, there are things that I see and I react to that I genuinely cannot do anything about, either because Dante's still in, or I say Dante, but any character, is still in end lag, or because, I hate nobodies so fucking much. Either because Dante's still in end lag, or because the end lag isn't that long, but if I'm going, okay, I see the enemies doing this thing and I want to start my next move, I don't know when end lag stops and when input, like, timing begins. Because, for example, in, like, a fighting game, since you can cancel special moves and all that fun stuff, let's see, you can input the directions for a super way before you actually, you know, do the super. So, like, if you're still in the end lag of, like, fucking a normal or whatever, you can do the motion for whatever your, like, super input is, depending on what game you're playing. And as long as you press the final button for, you know, doing the super, what even? Oh my goodness. As long as you press the final button for doing the super after your end lag has ended, the super will come out. And then, but even then, you know, in fighting games, since there's special canceling, sometimes you don't even have to wait for the end lag to end. Sometimes you don't even have to wait for the end lag to end. Sometimes the super will just come out if you press the button in the middle of the end lag of the normal. But in this game, but yeah, I'll also see what I mean when I say I just go quiet when I play these things. But in this game, I don't know how it like determines when your inputs have started, because sometimes I do back forward inputs while I'm in the middle of things, and it seems to not count them because I did the back forward too soon, and it didn't count my directional input as back forward until the end, like whatever I was doing was over. But sometimes it's not the case. Because, like, yeah, I usually feel when I try to do, like, you know, Ice Age and stuff with Cerberus, but when I try to do Nero's, I think it's called Roulette? No, that's the one where he spins. Whatever Nero's air back to forward move is, where he does a, you know, little slide. Thanks! Fucking, send double trigger, am I right? Can't live with it, can't live without it. Dante, oh my goodness! You see, I can't with these fucking back forward inputs, man. But yeah, so yeah, with Nero's like air slide move, I usually get the back to forward input reasonably well, even while I'm in the middle of just doing Nero's air combo. But fucking for some reason, when I try to use the Ice Age with Dante, it takes a goddamn eternity. And then V, I don't even know how to determine whether or not it works there, because V's a whole different issue, where sometimes the back to forward will work depending on what Griffin or Shadow are doing at the time. Sometimes the move will come out for one but not the other, even though I'm pretty sure the backs to forwards are based on where V is standing, not where the familiars are, but I'm not even completely sure if that's true, because like I said, sometimes it doesn't work. Even when both of them are idling doing nothing, which makes me think that it might, which it's either one of two things. Either Griffin and Shadow moving by themselves has end lag, which is fucking, I shouldn't even have to describe how stupid that is. Or that it determines what move you want to use also based on like the game's context, which is also stupid for different reasons. That being, the game is trying to intuit what I want instead of just giving me what I asked. Which, again, is self-explanatory for why it's a bad thing. Didn't say I wanted to attack that guy, but, I guess we're here doing this. Which, something else about these enemies. Sometimes they have, like, weirdly good tracking, where fucking they'll do their super armor thing, and then they'll be on my ass like 2 seconds later. Even doing, like, sharp 180-degree turns to swing at me. But other times, they just, like, completely whiff, even when I don't try to avoid them. And, like, I get it. There are a billion different factors in a 3D environment for what does or does not hit at any given time. But I don't really like it when action games, especially ones that are supposed to be challenging, are inconsistent like that. I should know in any given situation exactly where I messed up and why I messed up. And the answer to why I messed up should basically always be because I made a poor decision, not because I simply did not know what was going to happen. And not for lack of knowledge, obviously. Though even then, that can also be a criticism of the game, if the game does not provide you with the knowledge, or does not give you an opportunity to have the knowledge. I find it really bizarre that this game has like a training mode where you can just like, screw around and experiment on things, but you can't make the enemies do anything aside from they are either attacking you or they are not attacking you. You can't make them do any specific attacks, you can't get any bosses in there, it's only normal enemies. Like, I can't call it a waste of time because it's obviously at least somewhat useful, but if I can't fucking experiment with what the enemies are actually doing, and it's just going to be the enemy is there, do something, then how am I even supposed to learn about specific things unless I get lucky? Even just simple things like, what moves can I parry in this game? Because earlier, the fucking super armor hell guys, they surprised me when I parried one of their attacks, because I did not know I could do that. Which I feel like is a failing of this game. I should know that I should know whether or not I can fucking do that. You guys. What song is playing right now? Oh, right, to mash up. Gotcha. What to say? I was like, would I really put a normal-ass song on my stream playlist? Because this could get me clapped up for copyright. And the answer was, no, not really. Steve Gunner versions, I don't know what fucking dark magic they worked over at Steve Gunner. But somehow, I've never seen a copyright claim on any of their content. Clarity, that's the word I was thinking of earlier. Okay, when I was talking about like enemies having attacks you can actually visually like see and make out what they're doing. I said like visual ease or something. Oh, I meant clarity, but the word was escaping me earlier. You know how it'd be. Sometimes your brother in grammar fails. I'm not gonna have time for the whole thing, but hey, look at that. The in-game version has lyrics. D to B rank is the verses, and bridge, and S and higher is all three choruses. So what are you saying makes the Bloody Palace version different? Or is it that they all have lyrics, but the Bloody Palace version only has those specific lyrics? And I misunderstood what you said earlier. Which would be embarrassing. Wow, I took damage there? I couldn't fucking tell. Because every single enemy was behind the goddamn guy. Like, this is why I say that these guys are like the most obnoxious enemy in the game, because they can even fucking fuck you up while you're in Double Trigger. The one thing that's like, oh yeah, you have the super armor. That's like the thing about Double Trigger, aside from, you know, the damage, obviously. The one thing about Double Trigger is, oh yeah, you have super armor now. Even these fucking guys just doing their bullshit are gonna be like, yeah, no, actually, I think our super armor is better than yours because it goes through literally everything, not figuratively everything. And because we can break through it. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. We're Capcom, we're not making A77. Which is a perfect segue into what I want to talk about, which is... It just never ends, does it? The suffering, it never truly ends. Like, it's just a constant game of attack these guys, jump over the guys, and then come fucking super armor at you. Attack these guys, jump over these guys, and then come super armor at you. And the attacking phase only ever lasts for like 3 seconds at most. Because of course it does. If it lasts any longer, you might start having fun. Yeah, situations like that are what I'm talking about with the end lag, where I did Stinger on the first guy because I was like, okay, he has low health, I'm just gonna kill him I'm gonna kill him immediately with the Stinger. But then, you know, after I press Stinger is when the second guy starts his attack, and it's like, oh, Stinger lasts so long, and the end lag also lasts so long, that I can't even dodge out the wait in time. I cannot press anything in time for me to do the shit. All versions have lyrics. The Bloody Palace version only has the lyrics I mentioned before. Okay, gotcha, I see. See, I did just misunderstand earlier. Whoops. Oh, my patience. My patience first. Then DMC5. Yeah, I think I was talking about before. So DMC, probably on the second level of like things I was like impressed or disappointed by in terms of new series, because I liked DMC3. I only really thought DMC4 and 5 were good. Or sorry, no, I should word that better, because DMC3 is, by my metric, a good. I thought it was a 7 out of 10. But, good in the sense that I was, like, really happy I played it. Sorry, I should say good and I liked it. DMC3 is a good game, but I can't say I really liked it all that much. Whereas, 4 and 5 were good games that I also like. I don't have to make any stipulations. Be like, well, the enemies suck, or well, the this and that. Which I'm in the minority on. I hear a lot of people not liking DMC4 all that much. What? Did I even parry? He was done with his attack. don't understand these fucking hell guys. Unhand, you fucking fiend who came from off screen to do damage to me. DMC5 is a really good game. But when I see those 10 out of 10s, I'm like, really? 10? It's absolutely perfect. That game is basically flawless. Because, like, I know 10 doesn't mean literally perfect, but, you know, basically, effectively perfect. It's like, really? There are no big flaws in DMC5 that might hamper it from a 10 to a 9? It's like, really? Absolutely nothing? Because I can think of a few things. But anyway, DMC. Liked 3, or sorry, I thought 3 was good, didn't really like it all that much. And then only really like 4 and 5. And so, you know, 2 out of 6 of the games being ones I actually liked, not exactly... That hit me?! Oh god, I'm getting... I can't tell if it's because I'm getting worked up or if it's because I've had a busy day. But fucking my throat was already drying up. Or if I've just exclaimed too many times. Because fucking goddamn have some things worth exclaiming happen during this goddamn stream. Like, how long have we been here for? Hour 42? Let's see. Alright. Perfect time to come back, I see. Random thing about DMC5, I guess. I really don't like the lighting in this game. Like, I get it. We're being all realistic, we're using the Resident Evil engine. I actually don't even know if the RE stands for Resident Evil, or if it's just called the RE engine. But whatever, doesn't matter. The Resident Evil engine. Yeah, we have the pretty lighting, we're using the RE engine. Because, you know, RE games are horror games. But, like, that really only works for Resident Evil, being a horror game and all. For DMC5, where, you know, it's an action game, and one of the most important things is visual clarity, and that I can tell where everything is and what's going on at all times. I really don't need the realistic lighting and shadows and all that, especially when there are some enemies that are literally black. Not virtually black, not stylistically black, actually just black. And the only defining feature you can make out in darkness is their white mask. Which would be helpful if the parts of the enemy that were dangerous were anything other than the white mask. Yeah, and you see how it would get a bit irritating. Well, I say this game might have a bit of struggle with visual clarity. It also doesn't help that these super armor guys have like a shit ton of health. They have so much goddamn health. It's like an unreasonable amount of health. But yeah, DMC, you know, liked it, glad I got into it, not all that happy with the games themselves. I think the next level would probably be, well, I guess it might depend on what you're counting as a whole series. Because I played the Worlds with You games, and there's only 2 of them. But you know, of the 2 that I played, I liked one and I hated the other. Or sorry, I really liked one and I hated the other. So, you know, that's one where it's like, you know, glad I played one of the games, but, you know, I might have had a happier life had I not played the first. Dance Macabre? Where's my Dance Macabre? Um, but yeah, Throne with You. That's one where it's like, you know, glad I played it, but some of the games didn't really disappointed me a lot. I say some of the games. There's only 2 Throne with You games, but the reason I say this is because the other game that would be on this level is what's it called? Fucking Malthus. This boss sucks as anyone but Nero. What counts as a hitbox there? Because, what? The fucking head counts as the thing that's like, oh yeah, that really slammed on the ground and hit you. Like, what, you fucking die? What was I even talking about? I generally don't remember. Oh yeah, Ace Attorney. So yeah, Ace Attorney. What just happened there? But yeah, Ace Attorney falls into that realm of yeah, I like some of the games, but I didn't like some of the others. Because Ace Attorney 1 and 3 were really, really good. But 2, 4, 5, and 6 were not that thing I just said. How did I dodge the first one, but not the subsequent? So yeah, a lot of the Ace Attorney games were actually good, but or sorry, no, not a lot of them. Well, 1 and 3 were really good, but a lot of the rest of them were not that thing I just said. Specifically 2, 4, 5, 6, and I didn't really count this as part of the series because it wasn't initially part of my plans to play all the games. But this also applies to the Great Ace Attorney. Because I thought that game sucked. What? Wait, what? That was the thing that hit me? I thought I was fucking knocking him out of some shit. What? This fucking bird, man. Hey, vey. Only 10 away from where we left off last time, boys. I don't even remember how I died last time, because I think stage 90 isn't even, like, that bad, really. I think I might have been, like, too conservative with my, DT or something. I don't know. Because, like, yeah, I do that a lot. Coming through. No one hit me. No one hit me. I was too high for any of those fucking shit-ass attacks to hit me. Bullshit. But I guess that's the phrase, attorney. And I say all that to say, to to wrap the conversation all the way back around to No More Heroes again. That's what it was really all about. To say that No More Heroes is on the lowest level of the games I was sponsored by. Because No More Heroes wasn't even like initially on. Like, what happened to my jump there? No More Heroes wasn't even initially on my like plans for a series to get into. But fucking now I know why it wasn't. Because man, 1 and 2 sucked. 1 more so than 2. And I brought up earlier that I really don't like the conversation surrounding 1, especially in comparison to 2. Because very often, the conversation will be like, oh, well, 2 wasn't as deep as the first game. It's like, the first game was deep? Like, it says who? The final boss literally goes up and says, yeah, no, I can't really explain my backstory to you, so check out the age rating of the game. It's like, fucking fast forward it. It's shit like that where I'm like, so, okay, am I supposed to care here? Is this, haha, funny, silly, so absurdist, don't really, pay attention too much to what's actually happening, or is it, yo, this is actually, like, really serious and shit. And, the reason I have such a problem with it is because a lot of people say that the second game is better than the first one for this reason, but fucking, it's insane to me how you could come to that conclusion if you've ever played the first game. Because if you just like care about, let's even accept the premise that No More Heroes 1 story is better than 2's, which it isn't. But let's even just pretend, for the sake of argument, that it is. That still doesn't fucking matter because No More Heroes 1 sucks as a game. 2 just plays better in like every way by a very considerable margin. Okay, it's by a considerable margin, but in a strange way. Because for one, 2 gets probably the biggest like thing in 2's favor is that it gets for the stupid ass overworld in the first game. That was stupid, and I don't understand how people like it. But yeah, he's for the super fucking overworld. That was just a big old time waster. And what else? The game's just more responsive. Specifically in terms of the camera. Like, in the first game, when you dodge, the camera, like, locks off of whatever enemy you're targeting, which is, like... Why? Oh, wait, these aren't Furies. I'm blind. I definitely thought they were red. And they were not. Yeah, I used a Sin double trigger on a bunch of fucking nobodies. Whoops. Nice nobodies might not be the one I want to use there, since that's an actual enemy name. It didn't... I used double trigger on a bunch of nobodies, and it still didn't kill them. Which, I guess, the tangent again, for more things about DMC5, I really don't like Dante Must Die. Because, like, a lot of people have made this observation before, but a lot of difficulty levels in games aren't, like, actually more difficult, they're just more time-consuming. And Dante Must Die is, like, the perfect example of that, where everyone's like, oh yeah, Dante Must Die, it's like so hard. But it's really not. Dante Must Die just takes a long time, because all the enemies have 50 billion, health points. And super armor for everything. Stop locking onto the guy I don't want to lock onto. How did you get a million stabs out of this? Sure, you can. Like, fucking, you see, the spiral uppercut. I think it's called Infinite Dragon or Maximum Dragon, whatever it's called. Fucking that shit kills Leviathans, and like in every other time I do it, because that's like my usual combo, my go-to combo with Balrog. Maximum Dragon to Swordmaster move to Shin Shoryuken. That kills them motherfuckers. But on Dante Must Die, a fucking random ass riot. Or, what are the spiked ones called? Because the normal ones are called riots. The red ones are furies. Chaos, that's what they're called. But yeah, fucking a random ass chaos survived it. After all the punishment I had already put on it. And that's, you know, not even addressing the riot from before that survived a judgment from not Sin Double Trigger. Oh shit! I didn't realize I'd held the button that long. Hopefully I can kill him in time. If I kill them and the sage ends, then it won't charge me for the DC energy. Die? Hello? I hate this game. I hate this game. So much. What was I saying? I don't even remember. But fucking back to No More Heroes. So yeah, the second game just is more responsive, like with the camera thing that I mentioned a second ago. Yeah, no stupid overworld. Oh yeah, the main story is no longer locked behind grinding money. And the ways of grinding money are not nearly as bad as in the first game. They have their own issues, which is why I hesitate to say that like No More Heroes improves it by a marginal degree, because while the raw gameplay itself is better than No More Heroes 1, it's got a lot of its own problems that, you know, hinder it from being as good as it should be. Forgot he goes back and forth with this. That did not hit me. I literally jumped over him. What the fuck is wrong with this game, dude? It's really saddening to me just how often this game tries my patience. Because I want to just like, I want to unconditionally like it, like I do something like Dragon Quest or Donkey Kong. But fucking Dragon Quest and Donkey Kong do not present me with problems this often. Shit, there are other action games that I don't even like as much as DMC5 that don't present me with problems this often. And especially not the same problems. But yeah, No More Heroes. I don't even remember where I was going with that. Oh yeah, so in terms of raw gameplay, 2 is better than the first game. And like I said, 2 has a lot of its own problems, but I still would easily call it better than the first game. Yet, for some reason, whenever I see discussions about the 2 games, there will be people being like, yeah, 2 was better than the first one. But the counters are always going, or not always, but very often the counters are, well, the first game was, like, more serious and stuff. And I just don't agree. The only thing I can say No More Heroes 1 did better than the second game is that I think the first game had better jokes. The second game very much feels like it's going through the motions of, like, the absurdity of No More Heroes. But even then, No More Heroes 2 definitely blows one out of the water a lot of the time. Like with the boss fights. But that applies to gameplay. Well, no, it applies to gameplay as well as jokes, because in the first game, the bosses don't have a lot of jokes in them, and the ones that do exist kind of suck. They either aren't that funny, or aren't really jokes. Like, is it really a joke when Deathman is like, haha, I got you with the fucking Electric Buzzer Hand. Or Destroy Man. Like, when I was watching that scene, the thing I found the most funny was the fact that he was laughing at his own joke, like, so hard that he was like, oh my god, I'm gonna fucking piss myself. Like, I found it more funny the scene went on for so long, rather than the joke itself of Travis getting tricked or whatever. Because that was even supposed to be the funny part, which is, you know, the thing I'm pointing out. Whereas, in the second game, fucking Travis, like, doing an entire boss fight in the Glastonbury, and the boss fight's over, and it's like, damn, Travis sounds like a giant robot now. I wonder if he's gonna get used in other boss fights. And the answer is, no, it gets fucking decommissioned. It's like, yeah, you actually can't hold it. Property's too big. It's an inconvenience for people. It's like, oh, alright then. So yeah, I can't even like say the comedy's universally better in the first game. But I think on the whole, I'd say the first game was funnier, maybe. Though even I'd have to revisit that one, perhaps. The first game was funnier, and what was the other thing? There's one other thing I liked about the first game. Oh yeah, the first game had a better ending, both from a gameplay perspective and from a story perspective. Because the second game, it's just like, you fight some fucking guy that you don't really care about, because he isn't in most of the game. And then the game ends. Whereas in the first game, you know, the normal ending is against Jean, who's like story important and also like kind of funny and a good boss fight. Well, to an extent. But then the true final boss is against Henry, who is also a guy who comes out of nowhere, so you don't really know anything about him, but that's also part of the joke, which is partially why I say the first game might be funnier. Because the first game will do a joke like, hey, it's Henry's fucking super secret brother she never knew about. Whereas the second game will be like, hey, here's this actual guy you just didn't really know anything about. He's the actual final boss, and then the game's over. Roll credits. Oh, sweet, Barbara Barbara. Speaking of Sonic Rush having a good soundtrack. Man, I can see what I mean when I say that riots are like really particularly annoying when they're in groups. Because the entire point is that you have to time it so that, you know... Alright. Really? Really? That hit me! That one had perfect tracking. You see what I mean when I say that my patience was very, very thin with this game? Because, you know, what I was about to say was, you know, Furies are really annoying to fight in groups because the entire point is that you have to time your attack with when they attack, so that you can parry them. But you can't really do that in a group setting, especially with multiple Furies or with multiple enemies. Because if you even take a second to attack a different enemy, the end lag might just fuck you over and you cannot parry. And of course, because this game is fantastic, they never get any stray hits on you, and you know, that's how they do their damage. They will get the first hit on you, that will stun you, and then they'll get a second hit on you, which might just get you hit by other enemies. So, you know. I've been thinking about getting into DMC lately, so I might give it a shot soon, but I'm in Persona 5 now right now. I also just tried Persona 5 as hell, but not for the same reasons a lot of other people do. I'll get some Royal soon. Which, actually, speaking of, this isn't really important, because, like, no one's here except for you, DD, and I don't even know how well you're listening. But, so I've been playing, I've been playing Persona 5 on and on again and off again for stream. You know, I haven't done it in a while, but that's just because it's a lot of time investment. But, now that I have my PS4 with me, I thought about maybe just continuing from that save instead of continuing on, you know, on my computer with the save that I have on stream. For two reasons. For one, I never actually beat Persona 5 the first time I played it. I got 63 hours into it, I believe, and partway through Sai's Palace, and then I put the game down because I thought it was boring as shit. And that was the first time I played Persona 5, so that was back when I thought the game was horrible. And then, you know, fast forward like 2-3 years, I played Persona 4, and I'm like, wow, this game actually really sucks. I might play Persona 5 again. I replayed Persona 5 on my computer, and then realized, oh, this game actually isn't that bad. And then, you know, the third time I played Persona 5 is on stream. But I might take the opportunity to finish my original game on the PS4 for the stream. So that's the first reason. The second reason being that the stream save that I have for Persona 5 is, you know, it's a New Game Plus. So the game is really easy and there's not really a lot to do. But what I could do to, you know, remedy this is play on a normal save so that I can go through the game as intended. And it might take a little longer, but that might just be the sacrifice you have to make. Like I said, it's just a thought. I might not actually do it. Especially since in the stream playthrough, we haven't gotten the Sai's Palace yet. We just beat Futabo's. And I think we started Akumura's, though I guess that tells you just how long it's been. I don't even remember. I think the last time we played was like summer. Eesh. But so yeah, I'm not quite at the Sai's Palace yet, so I will still have to play some of the PC save. And then I might make the decision to switch off, but you know, Might is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. Yeah, how it is. Also, in terms of like this stream that I'm doing right now, this is just getting me back into the groove of things thing, because I don't know how often I'm going to be able to stream this semester, because I have more classes and I'm working. You know, working a job with hours as opposed to the job that I currently work, which is being an RA, which, you know, is time consuming for its own reasons. But the last semester wasn't as bad, and I still streamed at least semi-often because, or, you know, at my normal times, because I usually didn't have things to do on Friday and or Saturday, and because I only had 3 classes. One of those classes was kicking my ass, but still, for the most part, yeah. When I was in my room, my time was my own. But now that I'm working, and I have a fucking, I might have a 2 to 7 shift on Fridays and or Saturdays, since those are the hours that I put that as me being available in my schedule, then I might just not want to stream most nights. Which means one of 2 things will happen. Either A, I'm gonna say fuck it and stream anyway, since I don't know how tired the job will actually make me. I haven't started yet. Or B, I'll choose different days to stream. So that's very much a I'll get to it when I get to it type of deal. The game is easy as fuck, and I'm playing on hard for my first playthrough, so I thought I'd have more bullshit, or it'd have more bullshit in it. I mean, I certainly think Persona 5 has a lot of bullshit in it, but not because the game's hard. Because the game sucks. But, you know. It doesn't suck, I just think it's, like, hyper mid, and not nearly as good as everyone thinks it is. Though I haven't played Royal enough, and when everyone's like, oh, bro, it's like, yeah, Super Persona 5, blah, 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 blah. I'll get to it when I get to it. But anyway, I say all this to say, that's it for this stream. This is just, like I said, get back to the root of things type of thing. Also, I'm really hot. Probably because I got angry. Or because I've been talking a lot. What else? Oh, right. So, the video, the 31st, hopefully. I say hopefully because I haven't started editing it yet. And I should. Well, okay. I technically started, but I haven't edited anything substantial yet, so, you know. We get there when we get there. So yeah, video the 31st, look out for that. Some people might already know what it's about, and if you don't, it'll be a nice little surprise. Oh, right, and I might start up a new series soon in heavy quotation marks, where I talk about what I did in like the video games that I played in a week, so that my channel has more content than a video essay every 2 months, and not a particularly long one at that. Still haven't topped myself with that hour-long Doom video that I had to split into 2 parts. I couldn't edit it fast enough. But, yeah. So, yeah, heavy emphasis on I might start a new series soon. Because, I think it's a good idea for giving my channel more content, considering the fact that I like getting my thoughts out about whatever I annoyed me, or that I liked that week in whatever games I played. And I play a lot of games, so it's not like I'm gonna run out of content. So I have no idea when the best time to start it is. It's not going to be that time consuming. It's only going to be like an hour or 2 of recording, if even. It's not going to be scripted. It's just going to be my thoughts. And there's not going to be a whole lot of editing in it, so it shouldn't really take me that long. But I'm not necessarily certain I'm going to have enough time to stream every week. Or not stream, sorry. Record every week for whatever bullshit I gotta say. And also because I haven't really worked out when I'm gonna do these things. Because, like, for example, if my week is Sunday to Saturday, and on Saturday I record my thoughts, when do I put the video out? Do I spend all Saturday editing it and then put it out on Sunday? What if I don't have enough time on Saturday? Given any other things I might have to do, especially now that I'm working. Because I would have to have a dedicated day for recording and a dedicated day for editing, but I can't guarantee that those times are going to be the same every week, because my hours for my job aren't the same every week, and my hours for being an RA aren't the same, and ever. And really, just in general, I'm not fantastic with dedicated time. For dedicated times for things that aren't, like, required of me. Like, I can do dedicated times for, like, classes and meetings and stuff like that. But if I tell myself, I'm gonna do this every day, or every this many days, at this time, or whatever the fuck, I almost never do it. Not because I'm lazy, but because I'm stupid, and I forget. Or because something else comes up. Fucking a lot of factors in my life end up changing, like, on the day, so I don't really like committing to times that are for things I need to do, but yeah, you know how it is. I'll probably have it figured out by the time I start my next game, which will probably be the second half of the Great Ace Attorney. Otherwise known as the Great Ace Attorney 2. Because I hate the first game. But, yeah, who knows. Maybe I won't do it at all. Maybe I'll start right after I put out the next video that I'm making. I don't know, like I said, I'll figure it out. But that should be enough for updates from me. In terms of the channel, at least. So, that's it. Catch you fuckers later.